I'm Kelly from AMS. I'm here with Sam from Tama. Hi, nice to meet you, Sam.
How's it going?
Pretty good.
Good to hear it.
What we got going on over here?
Yeah, so we got the new Mirrod, which is a lightweight aluminum drive shaft that is compatible with all twin pedals, not just Tama. How it works is it has ball bearings that fit in the inside of the connecting piece, very close to the axis of rotation. It takes away all the resistance. It makes the left foot feel exactly like the right foot. A good test I like to do is when you pull back the left, because of that resistance, you'll find that the pedal, it stops the momentum. And that's because regular connecting pieces, there's so much resistance when they move. But on the Mirrod, you'll find the momentum keeps going and going. They stop around the same time. And then when you actually get to play it, you'll find that that left foot feels exactly like the right foot, which is what every drummer is looking for.
And what would that allow a drummer to do?
Yes. So basically, you're gonna play a lot faster.
Okay. Yeah, that's what everyone wants.
It's gonna feel effortless when you use your twin pedal, and you're just gonna find you're gonna get higher speeds that you're not usually gonna be able to get to.
Right. Take the effort away from your calves.
There you go. Exactly.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Anything else that you want to show me that's new?
Sure. So we got our new snare drums on the other end of the wall.
Okay, let's check those out.
Let's check it out.
You've got quite the colorful array of snare drums here.
Yes.
Tell me about them.
I'd love to. So this is our new 12x7 SLP Mod Babinga snare drum. This is the base model. It's Babinga wood, of course, and it's designed to be used as a main snare drum. 12-inch snares are popularly used as a side snare, but this has the sharp attack of a 12-inch while also maintaining the full-body sound and the low end you would find in a standard-sized snare drum.
Okay, so best of both worlds there.
It is, exactly. And for just 2025, we have limited models. These are artist models, so they're the same specs as the base model, but they have unique finishes and drum heads chosen by the respective artists. So this one right here is the Clay Ashelman model. From Polyphia, this is the Galactic Purple finish, and it comes with the Evans heavy-duty dry snare head. And this is the Bilo Chungi model, and it has the Electro Turquoise and Evans Genera dry snare head.
So why would a drummer choose one snare head over the other?
So it comes down to just the small tones that you can use to tweak and craft your own sound. Some drummers like a really dry sound. Some drummers might want something that rings a little more. And these are just the drum heads that the respective artists usually go for if you want more of their sound.
Sure, gotcha. What about this last one over here?
Yes, and then this is our newest Starphonic snare drum. This is the Starphonic Spruce snare, and what's cool about it is spruce wood, that's usually found more in acoustic guitars.
Yeah.
It's because it has this warm and high mid-tone that works really well for acoustics. And for drums, it translates into a very distinctive, different snare drum sound. It's a great drum. Of course, it has a satin natural finish and also a center inlay for just a luxurious look. And with all our Starphonic snares, it has the groove tubes with the freedom lugs. I think these are really cool because the claws just clamp on top, makes it really easy to switch out drum heads, and it frees up a bit of the resonance. There's not as much restriction.
Okay. So tell me about this kit. It looks very compact.
Yes, you nailed it. So this is the Club Jam Pancake kit, and for this year, we're doing limited edition finishes. We have the electric yellow, reminiscent of the Lars Ulrich kit, and then we also have the burgundy walnut wrap.
It's pretty.
And what's special to the Pancake series is these limited edition finishes. They also come with the black nickel hardware, which looks really great with the finishes. And like you were saying, it's compact. It's a small kit. The whole kit fits in one bag. It's great for if you have to always carry your kit places and in smaller spaces too. So, and then of course it comes with a 4-inch ultra shallow bass drum which kind of gives it a unique sound as well. So this is new for 2025 and only available for a limited time.
That's super cool. How does the smaller size affect the resonance?
Yeah, so it's going to be more of a mid-range, and the resonance might be a little shorter than a huge bass drum, and maybe a bit punchier.
Sure. But yeah, some people are looking for that.
Yeah.
Here we are at Tama, and I'm talking to Simon. Simon, tell me about what makes this snare drum unique.
Well, it's unique because it's my signature snare drum.
What do you like about it?
Well, it's different from every other one because it is a mahogany shell. Now, those who know anything about wood, it has a beautiful dark mahogany complexion. It looks gorgeous, but it also does affect the sound, which is kind of the point of making the snare drum in the first place. We spent ages. The thing about mahogany is the grain is very tight. So it's a difficult grain to come up with a finish because it can look kind of not that special. So I went back to many years ago. I used to have a green kit. It was a British Racing green, and on a maple veneer, it looks gorgeous. So we kind of went back to that concept, and we tried quite a few different shades, but this one seemed to be the one that works with the tight grain of mahogany.
That's beautiful.
So it's I mean, you've got to make if you're going to have a snare drum, you've got to make it look nice.
Yeah, it's got to look
special.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So that's kind of one of the main things. And then Tama suggested putting this beading in, and I thought that kind of sets it off. Again, because the grain is, it's not as obviously pretty as like a maple or even birch.
Sure.
It's just a different type of grain, but we want the wood because of the sound.
And what kind of quality does the wood give the drum, sound-wise?
It gives it a tone. You know, it's kind of a darker tone than a birch or a maple. In a way, it's actually quite dry. And again, that's why I always prefer to use triple flange hoops, because a die-cast hoop tends to make the drum quite dead. Doesn't have as much openness. And the triple flange lets it breathe, lets it ring. And it's that first initial ring, which is so important to making the snare project and sound good,
Yeah, even you just have it so lightly, and I feel like I heard that so loud and clear.
Oh, yeah. It's beautiful. So, it's like any specialist signature drum, they're specialists. So they don't always suit everything.
Sure, yeah.
This is why most drummers have a lot of snare drums.
Right.
The whole thing about the drum kit is you could change the way that whole kit sounds and feels by just changing the snare.
Right.
It's amazing how that affects how you play.
Oh, absolutely.
It affects how especially recording, it sits into the track that you're recording. So it's a very important part. You don't even have to change anything else on the kit.
Right, yeah.
Just the fact that the snare sounds different, you're going to change your balance of the overheads and the snare drum mic and the tom mics and everything, and that gives you a slightly different sound. It may not suit every single tune that you're going to record.
Yeah.
But no snare drum does.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
As a performing live with it, well, obviously you don't have time to keep swapping snare drums.
Right.
So you have to choose a drum that's going to work for most of the music that you're playing, and the tuning of it as well. And I played quite a few gigs with this when we were developing in Japan, and it sounded great throughout the whole concert. So,
what would you say is the genre that this drum would most suit?
Musically?
Yes.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Anything? Versatile?
It really, there's so much wide range of tuning that you can make it work depending what the track is.
Sure.
Maybe it wouldn't work so well in a very thrashy, heavy metal thing. For that, you need a metal shell snare drum. Wood shells tend to be a little bit too pointed in sound. Metal shell tends to... It's really hard to use my hands with a microphone. A metal shell has a spread, not so much point.
Sure.
Which works better when playing heavy rock, heavy metal, that type. But every other type of music, this is going to be fine.
It'll get you covered, yeah.
Yeah.
And it sounds like it really cuts through a mix.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, very, very cool, Simon. Thank you for showing me. Any other points that you want to touch on before we wrap it up?
Only that it's wonderful to be at the NAMM show again, and it's great to see it. It's always, I love it. It's always fun. And I always bump into surprise people that I haven't seen for years.
Oh, yeah. It's like a playground.
Two of them are sitting over there right now. I've known these guys from Tama for like 40 years.
Oh, wow.
It's amazing.
That's awesome.
It really is. It's lovely, you know. So
yeah, it's great that you can maintain those connections for that long.
Yeah, I love it.
It's a wonderful
Absolutely love it. Yeah. But it gets tiring, as you know.
Yeah.
You'll know by 4 o'clock this afternoon. All of you will be going
zombified.
Like that.
Well, have a good rest of your show.
Thank you.
To check out this awesome new snare drum, head on over to AmericanMusical.com.